A community leader in Eche local government area, Mr. Kingsley Wayawu, says a man identified as Mr. Iyanyi Asobirionwu from Indachi in Eche has been arrested by the operatives of a local vigilante group known as Ulako Eche Special Squads for attempting to strangle one Mrs. Vicky Weke to death. Wayawu is also the CDC chairman of Amakumba community. He told correspondent Emeka Otuka that Asobirionwu, whom he said was working with some internet fraudsters, popularly known as Yahoo Boys, attacked the woman in Obite Eche, where he resides. He said luck ran against him when the woman escaped and alerted residents, including members of the local vigilante, that arrested him. He also shared a video of the suspect confessing to the crime.
The confession of the suspect, one Mr. Iyanyi Asobirionwu from Ondache, while he was interrogated by a special squad of vigilante Ulako Eche, he was confessing that he was asked by this Yahoo boy to bring a human head and human part. So along the line, he went and saw a woman at Obite Eche. So he went and held the woman and wanted to strangle the woman's head. So along the line, the woman fainted where he rushed to pick up a cutlass. So along the line, the woman escaped and made some noise and let people to know. I think they rushed him and be able to caught him.
Mr. Wayamu, who also said that the suspect has been handed over to the Oke Police Division, urged the police to do justice to the matter.
We are urging the security agencies, Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, to make sure there will be proper interrogation and investigation for him to be able to mention those who are behind, because he was sent, according to his confession, he was sent by people so that he will mention those who are involved. Because as we speak, the environment is no longer safe. Our old women and men will go to farm and they will stay comfortably, because some of these boys have been turning around the whole place to see whom they will harm. So we are calling on the security agencies to do proper investigation and interrogation.
However, a video recording of the suspect allegedly confessing in Eche language was shared to our correspondent. Take a listen. The Rivers State Police Command is yet to comment on this. Meanwhile, the Rivers State Police Command says it has arrested a suspected gang member in connection with recent killings in the Diob area of Port Harcourt. Police spokesperson SP Grace Iringakoko said 36-year-old Diseye Ukulu, residing at number 25 Inewi Street, Diob, was arrested on July the 9th. He said the arrest was made through intelligence gathered by police operatives and the Diob vigilante group. The statement said Ukulu, who confessed to being a member of a notorious gang, led police operatives to the residence of one Achonu Solomon Chukuma, also known as Solex. The police spokesperson said a raid on the premises led to the recovery of pistols, ammunition, and other items. She said the suspect and the recovered items are currently in police custody while efforts are ongoing to arrest other members of the gang. Moving on. The sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Rivers State, Iyango Mo, says driving without side mirrors and an inside rear view mirror is a violation of the Federal Road Safety Act. Speaking in an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka, Commander Umo said mirrors are critical safety features and serve as communication tools that help drivers make safe decisions on the road. He explained that any vehicle operating without them is considered to have breached road safety regulations. He said this while reacting to concerns over the apparent exemption of some commercial vehicles during mirror checks by road safety officials.
Side mirrors, both the left side, the right side, and the one inside the vehicle. One of the accessories that a vehicle must have, and they are very, very important, because that is where you use to sight, look at the vehicle that is following you. It serves as a communication tool between you and the vehicle at the rear, and the vehicle that is following you. The issue of saying it's only a private vehicle that we stop or we apprehend or whatever we book for side mirror is not true. Every vehicle that does not have a side mirror or side mirror is an offense. It's an offense that they carry a fine. So there's no vehicle that we don't stop.
He also advised motorists to ensure their vehicles are equipped with mirrors and other necessary safety features before hitting the road. Commander Omo warned that anyone caught driving without these items will be prosecuted in line with road safety regulations.
It's compulsory and mandatory that every vehicle must go with a side mirror. So it's mandatory. It's one of the safety tools that must be in the vehicle. No vehicle is exempted. And I'm advising all the drivers, if your side mirror gets bad, you must replace side mirror. You cannot drive any vehicle without side mirror. If you do it, you're punching yourself. And you want to constitute danger to other road users. Because at the point of turning your neck to look your rear, your back, what happened in the front? So it serves as a communication tool between you and the rear.
Speaking further on safety measures when approached by vehicles with sirens, he advised motorists to promptly disengage from the speed lane to allow such vehicles safe passage.
I want to say this, and that is the truth. Most of us don't respect ourselves. A driver that observes a vehicle that's coming with siren is supposed to serve as an emergency situation, whatever, or security emergency. You have to pull off, allow the person to pass. But I want to tell you, most times, even without siren that is on, a driver will still be on that speed lane. You're not supposed to keep a speed lane constantly or be on that speed lane. Speed lane, even whether it's siren or not siren, you move over and that's where you go.
Recall that a middle-aged man, Mr. Chukwudozie Okolo, said his pregnant wife and 2-year-old daughter narrowly escaped death along the airport road, Port Harcourt, after a police escort vehicle hit his car into the bush. In other news, some local government workers in Auda West local government area voiced concerns about ongoing inefficiencies in their council. Speaking on Wazobia FM, Pitakas out on a day. Wisdom Joshua from the finance department of the council said since the declaration of a state of emergency and the appointment of a sole administrator, salary payments have become irregular. He said workers often face repeated verifications before receiving their pay.
Since we will get this new soul now, we'll run the local government at the sole administrator. The salary where they come into local government, they come actually, but they're very efficient. Sometimes salary go come, some people go receive salary, some not go receive, and at the end of the day, you go to call, say, maybe they come do verification, they go do this, they go do that one, bring this document, and another problem we can't get now. Our arrears. Okay. Since we implement new minimum wage for local government, our arrears don't run to 10 months.
10 months. 10 months.
10 months. We will never pay our arrears. The arrears of the new minimum wage.
Another staff member, Chubuma Ajakaja, also from the finance department of Auda West, accused the head of local government administration and other top officials of failing to implement the arrears payment announced by the suspended governors of Nalai Fubara in April of 2024.
We don't know the reason why Ahoda East we get lower allocation go come they effective more than we Ahoda West we get higher allocation. Our HAG, the HPM and the treasurer, the directors, now they in charge to talk about how they go dispense the financial things to the workers. Yeah. So the reason why our heads they deny us or they delay this our arrears, we never know up to now.
Other callers from the LGA supported these claims, saying the verification has stalled the payment of salaries for them and many of their colleagues.
Okay. With them talk, not true. I mean, even add more. You get some of our workers where between they owe them 1, 2, 3, 4 months ahead. You get some legit staff who they suffer that thing, then go apply, fire. Our directors, then they even sign on them. They don't even minute on anything. The council just be.
Management is nothing home to rest about. They are owing me about 6 months. So this month I was lucky they paid me 1 month last month. Being true.
The workers issued a 2-week ultimatum to council leaders to pay the outstanding arrears, insisting it is their right. Still to come, former Vice President Atiku resigns from the PDP. Do stay tuned as we go for a quick commercial break.
Football Club of Nigeria, Association of Equality.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. Some stakeholders say they are concerned over coastal erosion and flooding affecting communities in the Niger Delta. They are calling on governments at all levels to act quickly to protect the people living in these areas. The Deputy Executive Director of the Environmental Defender Network, Alagwa Morris, appealed to state governments and the Niger Delta Development Commission to work together to tackle the problem of coastal erosion and flooding affecting communities in the Niger Delta. Morris spoke with our correspondent, Soibi Uruwari, following prediction of flooding in Rivers, Bayelsa, and other Niger Delta states.
The interventionist agencies like the NDDC, thank God we now have a regional commission. They should join hands with the state government and the relevant agencies in the state to ensure that these issues are tackled properly. But also the issue of coastal erosion on the coastline and on the river banks. These are very big problems our people are facing. We expect synergy. It should be the business of all interventionist agencies and the state government to ensure that these monsters facing us will be brought down to their knees, the flooding and coastal erosion.
The Bayelsa state-based environmentalists also advised the federal government to review the construction of the Hausa Dashi Dam as a way to help reduce flooding across the country.
For this monster flood will come down from the Cameroonian environment. Being rainy season, we already have our natural flooding season. We expect that the federal government should also do something about the Hausa Dashi Dam that was abandoned. That project started soon after the Cameroonians started their Lagdo Dam. It would have served as a buffer dam whenever water is released from the Lagdo Dam. So federal government should do well to tackle that one to prevent monster flood affecting and destroying lives and property here down in the Niger Delta.
Similarly, the president of Kenio Suomo Ijo Foundation, Dayo West, said many residents in coastal communities are now planning to relocate due to fear of erosion. He added that the government has not shown enough commitment to solve the issue.
We have this fear, especially this flood that has been predicted, and then the incessant rainfall. There is this fear that flood may affect these coastal communities, because these coastal communities are the brink of the creeks. And as I speak with you, some coastal communities, because of fear of the flood, some of them have started seeing how they can move their loved ones out of the community, because the government have not done anything that we have seen as to see how they can protect the coastal communities from this impending flood.
On his part, the national president of the Association of Waterways Ambassadors of Nigeria, Temple Jack, explained that several factors are contributing to the rise in coastal erosion and flooding.
building an illegal structure within the waterways. This could cause severe flooding and erosion to our coastal community. So immediately when the flood comes, it will find its way back to the coastal area. Another thing that is causing this impact is illegal dredging activities. It causes an impact to the coastal community. So there should be proper monitoring of all these activities within the waterways, on how we build illegal structure within the waterways and removing of wreckages within the waterways.
It stressed the need for the government to quickly begin shoreline protection projects to reduce the damage being done to affected communities.
The need for us to give a proactive action before or not after. Now, the government need to come up with one of the major things that we need to put in place. Government to do what you call embankment or maybe shore protection. Because when the shore protection is being put in place, now it can help to reduce the impact. It's not only about removing those debris and barriers on the waterway, but we need to do what you call embankment and as well as shore protection so that this thing can be able to mitigate the impact. And we look at the tidal level. We look at the recent previous tidal level. So when the flood comes, it cannot penetrate.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has resigned from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, with immediate effect. In his letter dated July the 14th, 2025, and addressed to the PDP chairman of his ward, Jada local government area of Adamawa State, Atiku said he resigned because of the recent trajectory of the party. He said the PDP has diverted from its founding principles. As you may know, the former vice president is currently a member of the opposition coalition. Meanwhile, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde said the exit of former vice president Atiku Abubakar will not have any setback for the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, says headline inflation rate slowed by 0.75 percentage points to 22.22% in June from 22.97% in May 2025. This represents the third consecutive month decline since April 2025, when it slowed to 23.71%. The Bureau disclosed this in its Consumer Price Index report for March 2025. Now, let's take a look at the foreign scene.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. was very concerned about the escalation in violence in Damascus, Syria. Speaking with reporters in Washington, Rubio said he hopes to get some update later today. Also, Turkey's Ministry of Foreign Affairs condemned the attacks and said they were an attempt to sabotage Syria's efforts to achieve peace, stability, and security. The Gulf Cooperation Council, comprising Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, also condemned the attacks in the strongest terms. Israel Defense Minister Israel Katz said Israeli forces struck near the entrance to the Syrian Ministry of Defense on Wednesday, hours after he had demanded Syrian government forces withdraw from Suwada. Another strike hit near the presidential palace on the outskirts of the city. At least one person was killed and 18 others were wounded in the attacks. A quick recap on the news this evening. You heard a man identified as Ianyi Osubironwu has been arrested by the HA local vigilante for allegedly attempting to strangle a woman to death. Police have arrested suspected gang member of killings in Dio, Port Harcourt. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has resigned from the PDP. Nigeria's inflation rate has dropped to 22.22%. On the foreign scene, world leaders have reacted to Israeli attacks on Syria. The news was edited by Onyekachi Wonsu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215.